Mañanero con Kevin y Lali en Máxima 953.
7:34, saludos en el Costa del Marva, gracias por sintonizarnos. Yo tengo el placer de saludar con mi compañera acá en el estudio.
Claro que sí, Kevin. Antes que nada, quiero pedirles que compartan esta transmisión para que muchas personas puedan ver esta información. Así que ustedes son los encargados de que a todos nos llegue la información y todos podamos enterarnos de datos importantes que se van a hablar en esta entrevista. Así que muy pendientes por Máxima 95.3 en Facebook. Los que no saben, ahí se va a transmitir en vivo.
Compártalo, por favor. I want to say good morning to our special guest this morning, Mayor Jacob Day. He is from Salisbury City, city of Salisbury in Wicomico County. Mayor, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, Kevin, good morning. Thank you for having me.
It's good to see you, man. And finally, you know, we can see through this technology. Today's days is the new way to meet and greet, I believe.
It's incredible, isn't it?
It is. Yo quiero agradecerle al alcalde de la ciudad de Salisbury en Wicomico County. Él está con nosotros para hablar de la situación de lo que está pasando con la emergencia del COVID-19. Mayor, I believe you guys been following the instructions, following the rules from the state, from the federal level, but then also you guys are making sure all the cities, all the citizens, and all the businesses are following the instructions as well. How is the situation in Salisbury right now?
Well, Kevin, I got to be honest that the cases are growing, and we're concerned for that reason. And although there are strict rules in place, we are still seeing cases rise at a rate that I think is higher than I expected it to be at this point.
Estoy hablando con el alcalde de la ciudad de Salisbury y le digo que sé que ellos han estado siguiendo las reglas federales, estatales y locales y asegurándose que los ciudadanos estén protegidos. Sin embargo, dice que él está preocupado porque él ha visto que el incremento de casos positivos de COVID-19 en la ciudad de Salisbury ha aumentado en un nivel muy alto. Now, I believe in Wicomico we exceed over 330 positive cases. How many of those are in the city of Salisbury?
Well, we don't know for sure because the numbers aren't being broken down in that way, but they are being broken down by zip code.
Okay.
And the zip code is the area that includes Salisbury, the two zip codes in Wicomico County where we have cases. So probably the most accurate answer I can give you is all of them. All of them are in Salisbury.
Le digo que de los 300 y tantos casos que tiene Wicomico, ¿cuántos le corresponderían a la ciudad de Salisbury? Y él dice que lo han distribuido por código postal, pero los dos códigos postales que le atribuyen a la ciudad de Salisbury, lamentablemente, todos los casos posiblemente son de la ciudad de Salisbury. Now, obviously, this concern brings to next steps, new decisions. What are you planning in order to combat this situation? Because we don't want to see what's going on in Sussex County right now. We don't want to see the growth of these cases in Delaware is insane. You know, we are to the level that desperation for so many doctors and nurses. A few minutes ago, I was talking to the CEO of VV Healthcare and the director of ICU and VV Healthcare, and they're very concerned because they say they only have 52 ventilators. Even though they are already trying to avoid people being in hospitalization, they are concerned because the growing of these contamination is so huge that, we really want to do something to stop. So what is your next step, Mayor?
Yeah, so I feel like in Salisbury, our healthcare system is well prepared for the increase if it comes. I talk on a regular basis with the leaders of Peninsula Regional Medical Center. But here's what I want to avoid. I don't want us, as you said, I don't want us to get to that place. So the way we avoid that is by continuing to put out as much information as we can about how to effectively social distance, how to effectively keep that distance for several weeks, And the way that we need to get there is not to institute new restrictions or rules, but to simply follow the ones that are in place.
Okay. Dice el alcalde que obviamente que el sistema de salud en el área de Salisbury, el PRMC, está muy listo para enfrentar más casos si necesitan, más camas, etcétera. Pero dice que él no quiere que el sistema de salud colapse, que lo que quiere es que la gente evite caer enfermo, y para eso es que están las reglas de distanciamiento físico que han impuesto el gobierno federal y estatal, y el usar la mascarilla, que no cree que tenga que estar una cuestión de que la policía esté detrás de las personas, pero que esto debería ser una política que se debe seguir siempre, y que no cree que sean necesarias más órdenes o más leyes para que podamos mantener la distancia. Sin embargo, yo creo que hay una preocupación. I believe the information is crucial in this case. In Wicomico, in Salisbury, you guys have a really good number of Haitian community, a really good number of Latino people there. Do you, the city and the county, do you have a bilingual or trilingual information access and the phone numbers on those languages if somebody needs a test or if somebody needs help?
So we do, and what we have right now is this is, I think, our new endeavor to unify our efforts needs to be in this area. We, the city of Salisbury, have our materials being produced in Haitian Creole, in Spanish, and in Korean, as well as English. We know that the school system does the same. The hospital is doing the same. The county is producing things in Spanish. So the question is, can we better unify our efforts so that we have active translation capabilities where when new information comes available, we can translate it quickly. Right now, it's a slow process. And so I think the question is, how can we best unify those efforts to quickly translate anything that we need to be translating? That I think is the important next step, because the important next step is going to be focusing on, I think, our Spanish speaking and our Creole speaking neighbors.
Yeah.
That's where we're seeing the growth in cases right now.
Le decía al alcalde de Salisbury, que si es que hay una capacidad de comunicarse, de comunicación, si hay una línea, hay un sistema que estén comunicándose con los ciudadanos que hablan español, que hablan creol, de la comunidad haitiana, la comunidad inmigrante, dice que sí, que tienen un sistema de comunicación que lamentablemente, a pesar de todo lo que están haciendo, tienen material traducido a creol, a español, a coreano y al inglés, obviamente. Dice, a pesar de todo esto, que creo que es el momento de unificarnos y buscar la manera de entregar esta información de una manera más eficiente, porque lo que están haciendo es que se toma tiempo en hacer estas traducciones y las impresiones. Now, the information you guys are delivering is printed, or how is it? Is it digital? Is it on a website? Because I believe in today's day, like a radio, we are doing right now bilingual conversations. Like social media is really quick, and we can always upload and load it information in the best way we can. So what you say is a little bit slower to share the information in different languages.
So for us, it's both. So it's printed and it's digital. So we recently printed up several thousand door hangers in Creole, in Spanish, and in English, and hung them on doors around a neighborhood or a couple neighborhoods where we did food distribution. So that's one way we can reach people. And the reason why I still think that is important is we, over the last few years, have started to literally walk door to door in Salisbury with information through our neighborhood walks. And the reason we do that is not everybody we're not able to reach everybody through various media outlets. So sometimes getting right to somebody's doorstep is the only way to talk to them.
Absolutely.
But you're also right that we want to get information out digitally. So if you go through the City of Salisbury Facebook page, if you go to the Salisbury website, which is just salisbury.md, it's a very simple web address.
Okay.
You can find our information there. And then, of course, moments like this, talking to you, is so important because you have a great listener base of people who want to know what's going on.
Yeah. Le decía al alcalde que porque ellos decían que estaba un poco más lento en la entregar la información. Dice que inevitablemente tienen que buscar la manera de llegar a todos los ciudadanos, que en las últimas semanas han impreso unas 7,000 colgantes para las puertas de las casas con información para la gente en diferentes idiomas y que han ido literalmente visitando de casa en casa. Dice que obviamente no todo el mundo tiene acceso a la información digital o de otra media. Y así que eso es lo que han tomado la decisión de hacerlo, de buscar de casa en casa a las personas. Sin embargo, si alguien quiere mayor información, pueden visitar la página web salisbury.md, salisbury.md. Somebody walks into that, virtually walks into Salisbury.md. It is a bilingual website, is a multi-languages website.
Yeah, so we do have the ability for somebody to translate it. It's still not the highest level of function, so it's not done locally. That's done through a service. So
Yeah.
it's not. I don't think it's as good as it could be, and so that's why we produce certain PDFs in translated locally in multiple languages.
I understand.
But I do think. This just highlights the importance of getting every piece of material that a city produces in Spanish and in Haitian Creole in our region now. This moment is highlighting that importance.
Yeah.
So I think it elevates the importance of having more materials translated or all materials translated at all times.
Dice que en la página web no tiene necesariamente todo en español o en Haitian Creole, pero que están trabajando en eso, que es una tercera empresa la que hace esto, pero por eso es más difícil. Dice, pero están tratando de hacer en material de PDF lo más pronto posible, cualquier información que quieran dar. Now, Mayor, let's talk a little bit about the business in town. You know, I do have phone calls and text messages all the time when the people saying, not necessarily all the businesses involved, and especially in the Latino or Haitian community, not necessarily all the businesses are following the instructions of the emergency, meaning the mandatory use of mask, the limitation of capability inside of the businesses. Is this a following by the local police enforcement?
Yes, so it will result in police enforcement if we get to that point. Of course, we hope that it doesn't. We hope that people will do a good job of adhering to the rules. But if people are unaware, whether through language barrier or whatever reason, we certainly are prepared to help educate, not just simply go close down stores or effect arrests. We're here to help educate. So yes, we occasionally hear of stores that are open. Lots of people send me questions about, is this store allowed to be open? And we'll send someone to go see them and talk to them to ensure that they're following the rules. But as you indicated, we want to get the word out. We want to help people understand, and part of that requires outreach. And what that obviously requires is translation.
Mm-hmm. Dice que una de las cosas que tienen obviamente que entender, dice la gente, le preguntaba al alcalde, le digo que hay muchos negocios en Salisbury, nos han mandado fotos, videos y llamadas de gente que dice que algunos negocios no necesariamente están respetando las reglas del distanciamiento físico, la limitación de entrada dentro de los lugares y también el uso de las mascarillas obligatorio antes de entrar a un local, esto que ya está también en el estado de Delaware. Pero lo que él dice es que la policía obviamente no está para cerrar locales o para ir a arrestar personas, pero lo que quieren es educar. Lo que la ciudad quiere es educarle a la gente. Dice que en un par de ocasiones han tenido llamadas telefónicas de preguntar si es que algún negocio con específicas características tenía que estar abierto o no. Y dice que aunque la policía va y les dice, hey, usted tal vez no tiene que estar abierto, sí está abierto, pero bajo estas condiciones, asegurarse que estén respetando la ley de emergencia. Now, what is your message for the Latino community? There's a lot of Latinos in Salisbury. A lot of people who speak Creole and they also speak Spanish, they're listening to Maxima right now. And a lot of people that's watching us on social media. What is your message for all the community in Salisbury, Maryland? I believe at this momentum, we have to be more cautious with what we do every day as a family, as a family members, and as a citizens. So what is your message, Mayor?
My message is this. I know you're hurting. We all are. No one asked for this. And we all want a return to normalcy. We want to be able to go shop the way we used to. We want to be able to play with our kids the way we used to at playgrounds and parks. And we want to do everything that we were doing before this happened. But the fastest way back there is if we social distance, if we stay at home, if we wear masks, if we effectively follow the rules that have been put in place. And so I beg everyone to follow those rules. And I want you to know as well, we are working hard with the state and our health leaders to provide intensive testing capability here in Salisbury, particularly for our poultry workers.
Okay.
That is a process that is underway right now.
Okay.
And I hope that helps us get back to some sense of normalcy soon.
Yeah. Dice el alcalde de Salisbury, el alcalde Jacob Day, dice que quiere dejarle un mensaje a la comunidad, que nadie no hemos pedido que este virus venga, nadie ha esperado que esto venga, pero pasó, que lo que quiere es que todos volvamos a la normalidad, de salir a comer, de salir a comprar, de tener una vida libre otra vez. El alcalde quiere que usted, por favor, le ruega que sigamos las instrucciones de usar la mascarilla, de mantener la distancia física, de todos sus aspectos de la higiene, de lavarse las manos, desinfectarse todo. Es importante seguir las instrucciones que a nivel estatal, federal y local nos ha estado dando, dice el alcalde. Que es importante que todos contribuyamos para volver a una vida normal lo antes posible. Alcalde, tengo que agradecerle. I want to thank you so much, Jacob, the mayor of the city of Salisbury. I want to thank you so much for this opportunity, for talking to our community, for all the efforts that you and the healthcare system and all the law enforcement is doing during this pandemic season.
Kevin, thank you, and thank you for helping to spread the word about how we can stay safe.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you for it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Have a great day now. Gracias. Le agradezco al alcalde. Son 7:51. Más adelante, a las 8 de la mañana, tendremos al abogado Steven Planzer. Estará con nosotros. Vamos a hablar y recibir preguntas sobre inmigración. Estará también a través de Skype. Y nosotros vamos a estar tomando preguntas a través de social media y también la línea de estudio. Así que, por favor, manténgase conectado aquí a Máxima 953.
Escuchas WKDB Máxima 95.3 FM. Estación de Voice